And welcome to TTTT. My name is Antonio Soul. And of course, it's been a very eventful day in Kenya, from World Athletics Under 20 Championships to the BBI ruling. But of course, we have that and so much more lined up for you. And as usual on the panel, I have the very smart, the thespian of all thespians, with a very expensive designer-looking shirt.
Thank you very much. At 3,000 pounds.
I didn't say who it was.
Quatch.
I didn't even say who it was.
No, Quatch.
It is Quatch.
Anto, how can you use words that describe me and then you throw it to the other person?
Okay, your shirt is nice, but Quatch's shirt looks like a Versace. So I mean, let's be honest about that.
Let things speak for themselves.
Quatch, how are you?
Let them speak for themselves. I'm very good, man. And hey, Anto.
Man Anto.
Hey, man Anto.
Yeah, and what about you, Mato? How are you doing? Oh, Mato is a tech enthusiast. He's also a thespian and a vlogger.
And it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday,
yay! How can you miss that? How can you miss that? Bruh, I knew today was going to be a long day because of this ruling that we were just hearing right now.
Yeah.
Everything about my birthday was going to be forgotten because of that. Like now, the first item we are going to talk about is BBI.
Yes, and we'll definitely need to get a little bit into that conversation. Now, there's a lot of stuff happening, especially on the Twitter sphere. A lot of the common wananchi trying to understand everything about the BBI ruling. In fact, the truth is, it's not a ruling. I was speaking to head of legal affairs right here at NMG, our head of legal affairs, Sekou Obino, and explained to me that it is not BBI ruling. So even the hashtag that was trending was actually incorrect. It's actually BBI judgment, because a ruling in a layman's term is like mid-term, and then judgment is a final exam. So it's actually the BBI judgment. And let me just read some of the highlights that we had here, including people asking if the president could be sued. And it was clear that the president can be sued in his personal capacity, in his tenure. And also one of the things that was most contentious was the doctrine of basic structure, which is the most contentious issue in the appeals. Again, a small explanation to you to understand is that the doctrine of basic structure is basically what we call like a foundation of a house. And with that, it sets basically the structure of the house. And that's why it was very important for people to understand about that. And also when it comes to the IEBC, most of the judges were of the opinion that the IEBC was not properly constituted as far as matters of the constitution is concerned. And also, there was no evidence that the voters were given sufficient information. And still that's getting into the jargon of the legal thing. But for Mato and Quatch,
yes.
Anything that you picked today? Today,
one of the things I picked is that I had the words unconstitutional and what was the other one? One was unconstitutional, the other one was null and void. More than I've had any other two words combined in my life. Like they were mentioned over and over and over, unconstitutional, unconstitutional, unconstitutional. What I hope is that we as citizens, you ukiwa pale nyumbani, you feel like you have won, because people are talking about the constitution as won. And the only thing I noted about this is that this particular bench, this particular judiciary in this tenure of the president will be remembered as one of the most defiant judiciary that we have ever had as a country, because they have done it time and again. They've given rulings against the government, against the popular opinion, against everything. And now today was another one of those.
But also, just to be clear, Coach, I don't even think it's about defiance. I just think it's about following the constitution, following the law.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
You could hear the sentiments that we have a very, clear structure in the constitution, especially the 2010 constitution is very clear. So the idea that we could go farther away from it to them was, I mean, we can't shake up the constitution just because we can. It's really following the law. And one of the justices was very clear when she said that everyone has won because the constitution has won.
That is true. That is true, because it's about rule of law and following the law as has been prescribed by the constitution. And I hope this is setting precedents that in future we shall have this same emphasis on the law in as many cases as there shall appear in front of the judiciary. And Quatch, it's not the judiciary fighting the government. No, the judiciary is part of the government.
Yes.
There are three arms of the government.
Yes.
The judiciary, the presidency,
yes,
and the cabinet. Yes. So
What?
No, the judiciary, the parliament, sorry, the judiciary,
Yeah.
the cabinet, which is the presidency,
judiciary,
executive,
and then
executive,
the executive,
and
and then there's
legislature.
the
History,
legislature is
history,
Mato,
Mato.
legislature is
Rudishiwe kitu na
judiciary.
mwalimu wa
Rudishiwe tu,
history.
Rudisha fees.
You relax. There's the judiciary, there's the
Yes.
parliament, and then there's the presidency.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Higher. So it's just one arm of the government telling
Yes.
the other arm of the government that
Yes.
there are some things that have been prescribed that you have to follow. And then
Exactly.
also the fact that Wanjiku was not really considered in having the BBI translated into Swahili, so that when they are being forced to go and vote,
Yes.
because the insistence to go and vote on it would have been,
Yes.
forced down everybody. Go and vote because it's going to help your life or not. At least people should have understood what they have learned, what is in the BBI document itself.
Okay.
So again, re-emphasizing the words that have been spoken,
Yeah.
it is a win for Kenyans.
Yeah, and also just if I just trying to say was, this particular executive has had an interesting relationship with the judiciary from the time when they came in 2017, the nullification of the results the first time, the court, the case going back the second time after the second elections, and then what has followed since, with the interior cabinet rulings being made against him, a lot of rulings. In fact, one of the issues that was being ruled on today was whether the person of the president can be prosecuted, and that's an interesting relationship that I was talking about. Also, I think one of the things that was there just generally is the country, having faced the whole thing about corona, was just not in a political mood. Still is not. And it feels like politics have been reset. What I do not know is the politicians are still the same. We are still going to be swayed one way or another, depending on who has won and who has not.
Same forest, same monkeys.
Exactly. So today is going to be a celebration of the people who were against the BBI and those who are for. And this will be used as a stepping stone for now the campaigns in the coming elections.
Definitely, we'll get to see how the politics changes. But
Yes.
I mean, we knew this day was coming. It's just that we didn't know about the judgment.
Yes.
But the politics in Kenya is about to get a notch higher. And